Last summer to Rise at Louis, we beat Charleroi in the Volum Derby, and we looked okay, not amazing, but we did enough to get the win. I say we weren't amazing, we absolutely decimated them in the XG by almost 2 goals, so the fact we didn't score a second goal actually is disappointing now, look at this, but okay. But then we took on Anderlecht and lost 2-1, having been in front for most of the game. Mohamed Bayo getting the brace, and I swear I had him on loan in another save before. I don't know why I recognise the name. Did I have this guy on loan? I don't think I did. But at the same time, if I did, I would not be shocked, because it feels like a player I would have had on loan. I don't know why. I'm probably getting confused with someone else who's got the last name Bayo. One sec. I'm getting confused with this guy. That's who I was thinking of. Not the same guy, but you can see why I got confused, right? We then took a battle Esther in the Conky Cup 6th round and won by 4-0. So, first game of the cup, Stan Biasma got a 4-goal hat-trick. This is useful, and it gave me a lot of faith that we had a star on our hands. And he's getting much better too. Seriously, this guy might be the star of the show so far, and he's only 19 and will probably get better. I think he's a good player right now. Apparently he can still significantly improve, which is great. And he's just really good. I'm happy we've got him. Even if Antwerp want him, I'm not selling him. He's too good to let go at this point. Then we took on Club Brugge and handed them their first defeat this season. And it was actually the first time they have not won a game all season in the league at this point. So that was nice. Stan Belsma got another goal to his name and is continuing to show me why I have to put a lot of faith in him and why I should be excited for this kid in the future. They were probably the better team towards the end of the match, but we did enough to win, and as far as I'm concerned, that's the most important part. We then took on Antwerp and beat them 4-1. We were 4-up before we considered the 94th minute goal, and we looked very good for it. So, happy days. We looked like the better team for most of the match, if not all of it, and they had just 2 shots on goal. They found the net with the last one of them, so awkward to say the least. Either way though, a good result, and one I feel very happy we've attained. Celta Vigo was the next team that we took on, and we beat them by 3-1. We actually considered an equaliser at one point, but then Belsma got another goal to add to his collection, and he's in really good form right now. We made it 3-1 before the end, and we deserved to win, even if at times the stats didn't really look in our favour. Their goalkeeper had a 5.8 performance, so oops, at least we took advantage of it. We then took on a Standard and beat them by 2-0 in a game that we definitely proved to be a good side. We didn't even have our best team here, with Cesc Dragos getting his first goal of the season, and I'm just happy we got it. Mate Fotokone got the last goal before the end of the game with a penalty, and we once again proved to be a good team. We're starting to find a form and it's really delightful. We then took SK Bevera and almost lost in the 7th round of the Conky Cup to a 2nd tier side, and we went through on penalties. This wasn't my best moment. I might have rotated a bit too much for this match, and I always paid the price for it, but at least we didn't lose, so there's that. At least we won. I will say though, we should have won before the normal time because we had all the chances after they scored the opening goal. And it was just one of those games where no matter what we were trying to do, we just couldn't seem to get the second goal. We got the penalty win, and the players were exhausted for the next match. The last game we had before we met up and before the winter break and at the beginning of the January transfer window was against Westerlo. We beat them by 2-0, and Philippe Cruz gets his first ever goal, so that's great, and Aaron Dunham has got a goal as well. So we're looking very strong, we're looking like a good team. And that's 5 wins in a row in the league, so we're looking very impressive right now. So impressive that we're now actually up to 2nd place after 5 league wins in a row. So I guess one could say it's come out of nowhere, but at the same time it hasn't. But yeah, we just suddenly found a really good form. Club Brugge, after we beat them, have only won once in the last 4 matches, so that's awkward for them. And more things are just going to keep going our way, potentially, because they got a new manager. Scott Parker left after we beat them, so there's that. They also had the cup, so don't have to worry about them, but Parker's left them to go to Everton after they sacked Sean Dice, which Good luck to Everton, I suppose. Even if he's had a good time so far. And then Club Brugge brought in Marcelo Gallardo and did not see this coming. He got sacked by Almeria after 3 years, so that was awkward. And I kind of hoped I wouldn't see him in Belgium, but here he is. He's gone to Club Brugge, and this might be an interesting situation for me now to take on a manager of this quality after having beaten Scott Parker last time. I think he's better than Scott Parker, even if his career stats don't show it. Also, good news, we've had a youth intake preview and it looks very good. Now, Just Hendricks is probably not the best person to be showing me this because he's not got the best attributes. I mean, he's got attributes of 10 and 12, so I need to replace him sooner rather than later. I really wish Jagiel could come with me now because these are not the best attributes for head of youth development. All the best personality, all the right formation, so I need to change that and quickly. But still, one of our fullbacks is promising, two of our centre backs look promising, one of our DMs looks really good, and we've got an attacking midfielder who we should keep an eye on. We got a lot of wingers in the system, which is free. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, and we also have a striker who looks like a fine prospect, so happy days. We've also got some young players coming through the system, which is very useful to say the least, and yeah, this is a lot of young players who could be really good in the future, and I think we've got an opportunity to thrive here. Ben Lopez is the pick of the bunch. He's got 20 goals in 16 games in the second tier this year. I'm starting to think I should probably call him up, but I don't know if I can really drop anyone in the striking force right now, especially when I've got a new signing up there, so this is awkward. So, Jose Salinas has officially left us for £7 million. I feel like we ripped them off a little bit here because I don't think he's worth 7 million, even if it's the upper value of his current value right now. I don't think he's worth 7 million even as a backup, and he was upset with the lack of, you know, new wage budget. I didn't want to pay him this much money. They said they would, so there we go, I suppose. That being said, Taylor's now here, and have I made a mistake? I don't think so. I think he's still better than Salinas. I really do. So let's compare him right now. And it feels like a no-brainer. £7 million we got for Salinas. £475,000 we paid for Greg Taylor. Only 3 years older as Greg Taylor, but he's a much better player. So I feel like I've made the right call here. I really do. Even if I'm paying Taylor 10k a week, and I might have said he'd be a regular starter, but that's beside the point. He will be after this season, I think. For now. We also got Robert Popper, and I felt like even though Van Houten was a good goalkeeper, we needed to strengthen in the goalkeeper position. He's agreed to be a backup, which is amazing to say the least. Why does none of the goalkeepers I sign feel like they're good enough? At least Van Houten I can agree and understand with, but I paid 2.3 million for Robert Popper, so surely I've got a good deal here. The fact we still managed to get 6 million for the other goalkeeper is ridiculous. I will say, getting 6 million for Bedart and paying just 2.3 million for Popper might be not the best business in the world, but it might be still good business. Says a lot, but I don't know. Have I made a good call with this one, or have I made a mistake? I'll leave that to you guys to decide. But then I got Mihajlo Ivanovic, and we're paying him 7.25 grand a week. And we only paid 4.4 million overall to get his services, so I feel like this is a good bit of business, even if it probably doesn't feel like it right now. Am I mad to think inverted winger or inside forward? I don't think I am, personally. I think he can do a good job on either role, but I like him on the winger position. I know he's a striker. He's a star player. He's absolutely amazing, but inverted winger? Surely looks good. Only downside is, I didn't realise this at the time, but he doesn't like big matches. That's only come up after we signed him officially. I knew about the inconsistency, I knew about the injury proneness problems, but that's fine. We can work with that. I don't want him to be the best striker in the world. And if anything, I've now got reason to get rid of Parisa, who wants to leave. So, yeah. I've had offers of £10 million for him I've turned down. And I think I can get rid of this guy now. So let's try this again. Try and get 13 million and go from there. So yes, I feel like Ivanovic is a great signing. I feel like that Parisa is an option that we can just replace, especially when we've got another 2 players that can play on the wings and who could also come as a striker. So we got options. But yes, despite the fact we didn't have the best times in Europe so far, we've actually got Westerlo in the Conquer Cup quarterfinal, which is where we expected to be in the first place. So apart from Anderlecht and Genk, we're probably the best team in this competition now. And that's a good sign that we could potentially get to the semi-final and get to the finals competition. I never won the Conquer Cup. I never won it with my JLAB save. And it's looking good that we're doing so well. I don't think we're going to win the league either way though, even if we've closed the gap to 4 points at Club Brugge, having been 11 points behind at one point, but there you go. That being said, I've just remembered the thing I wanted to talk about. The 2 things really. My former clubs. Brackley are down in 9th, but have a game in hand, so they could go up as high as 7th. I'm not counting Kings Lynn because they got a game in hand as well, but I think Brackley are in a good fight to get promotion again this year. They missed out last year by I think a place, so they're definitely a good team that will consistently fight for the playoffs, at least at the bare minimum, so there's that. I don't see them winning the league, but at least they're not getting relegated from this division. And then we're talking about Forest Green, and they're actually doing quite well. 7 points clear the relegation zone, and they're only 2 points away from the top half. Apparently my signings for Forest Green were actually quite good, so I feel like I've left them in a very good position, a very good spot. Oxford are having a horrible time. I did not see that one coming. Plymouth are actually having a good season as well. So that's 2 teams newly promoted that are doing well this year. Plymouth and Forest Green. And Forest Green are actually now 21st in the prediction, so they must have made a signing. They have made another signing. They made about 2 signings. They signed Jordan Williams, and I think they paid $1 million for him. They paid $825,000 for him. That's more than I would have paid, honestly. And they've also signed Jude Superbell, who is starting every week. I have no idea where he's starting. How can I find this out? Where can I find this out? Like, is he starting? Here we are. He's starting as a winger. He must be an inside forward Ram Dorita. There's no way he's playing otherwise. Yeah, this guy's playing the winger. He's doing well for them, so fair play. I'm just a bit surprised he's playing as a winger when I probably would not have signed him. Would I? He wouldn't get in my team, at least not in Belgium. He might actually get in this team actually at Forest Green, so I might just be delusional. Either way though, they're doing well mid-table, and I think they will survive. And they've got 19 games left, so they have plenty of time to get it wrong, but I also think they've got plenty of time to get things right. I'm so happy I didn't go to Watford, because even though Watford are running away with the league, it would not have felt right to leave for a team in my division at this point. Fulham, on the other hand, 16th, they were 1 point in 8th, so Fulham have lost their form lately. I don't know why Josh Sargent's the top Premier League goal scorer either, but there you go. Either way though, I am going to end this here. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys like and share this video, and that you subscribe to the channel. It really does help me a lot. Do you think we can win the league and cup double this year? If I did stay, I probably want to stay for another year to get the Super Cup as well, but that's just me. Either way though, want to hear your thoughts and opinions and all this down below. But anyway, until next time, goodbye and well, good night.